Let me tell you of the days of high adventure.
Hello, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is 6 Degrees of Schwarzenegger, the podcast where we take a long, hard look at some of our favorite action movies from the era of Arnold.
Schwarzenegger is the icon of the genre, and we're taking a deep dive into some of these 80s and 90s cult action movies and breaking them all the way down. Deep dive is right.
This is a deep dive for sure. If you haven't guessed,
intended.
If you played the episode without looking at the title, you are joining us now on Waterworld.
Yes, Waterworld, 1995's magnum opus / disaster for all involved.
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about it because before we get on into all of that, just what are your broadest of broad, what's your verdict on the movie?
Honestly, out of 5 stars, a 3.
Yeah.
Which was higher than I thought I was going to give it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, you know what? I think it's got a lot going for it.
Yeah.
Great premise. A lot of bad stuff, but
a lot of bad stuff.
I will say it cost a fortune, and it looks like it cost a fortune.
Mm-hmm. It does. I mean, you can watch this movie and know where most of the money went.
Yeah. Sometimes you watch a movie that cost a fortune, and you're like, this movie looks like shit.
Yeah.
And then you watch a movie like this, and you're like, wow, well, they spent more than anyone had ever spent on a movie, and it kind of shows.
Yeah.
Even though a lot got squandered and wasted by, logistical failure to plan.
We will get into all of that. There is so much to talk about with this movie.
But, yeah, I'm like, I got a soft spot for it, man.
I
liked it when it came out, and I'm like, you know what? It's got a lot of redeeming qualities, man. I'm into it.
When I was a kid, I didn't like it for a lot of reasons.
We'll talk about those later.
We'll get to them. But rewatching it now, I'm like, wow, my 14-year-old self was an idiot and totally wrong. This is definitely 3 stars out of 5.
Yeah, this definitely one, especially one for the tween audience.
Yeah,
should have loved this movie.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, because you don't notice a lot of the cracks in the foundation when you're that age.
Right, and Gene Triplehorn's body double has a pretty nice ass too. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh man, I think you're all gonna love this one because you probably all have some opinion about Waterworld.
Oh yeah.
It was unavoidable in 1995.
No, you couldn't escape it.
You would hear about it on the news, on Entertainment Tonight, at your fast food restaurant. I know they had a tie-in somewhere.
They did. Multiple video games.
Yeah, like toys and lunchboxes and all that stuff. Let's talk about the guy. It's a long movie, so we'll cut to the chase.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah. Directed by Kevin Reynolds.
Yeah, friend of Kevin Costner's.
They go way back.
Yep.
They did a movie called Fandango together.
Oh, wow.
That was in 85 or something like that, when both of them were sort of coming up. But they did Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves together.
Which is why Reynolds got this movie. Costner specifically requested it.
Yeah, I loved that movie.
It's a great movie.
I mean, it's got a lot of problems too, in terms of historical.
Oh my God!
In terms of Robin Hood being American,
yeah,
and not even attempting a British accent.
No.
But have you seen the clips of Costner attempting a British accent in the early days of production?
No.
Oh, they made the right decision.
Oof.
Don't even try that.
Oof.
Don't try that.
Oof.
But yeah, they did that movie together. As I've mentioned, I know previously, that was probably the first quote-unquote grown-up movie that I ever saw in the theaters was Prince of Thieves, and I loved it. It knocked 10-year-old or 11-year-old me on my ass.
Right.
And it's what really got me into that started my movie love.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like, oh my God, movies are just awesome.
Yeah.
They can make you they can be so exhilarating.
Yeah,
or
they
whatever.
can be. Yeah.
And then so he did that movie with Costner. They had a tumultuous relationship,
to say the least, apparently.
Yeah, I think they would work on a movie. They'd stop being friends with each other. Then they'd patch things up, get back together for another movie, and turn on each other again.
Oh my God.
It's happened 3 or 4
times. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But this guy Reynolds, before Robin Hood, he directed a movie called Beast of War, which was quite good. It was like about a group of Russian tankers, like guys in a tank caught behind enemy lines in Afghanistan. And it was just like, and their captain of the tank is sort of like a Captain Ahab type. Like he's obsessed, and he's like riding them into like a suicide mission. And it was just like, it's just a good ass movie.
Oh wow.
So yeah, check that one out. I think it's called either Beast or Beast of War, depending on like it was released under multiple titles, I think. And then he did the Count of Monte Cristo movie with Jim Caviezel, which I saw that movie and thought it was pretty badass.
I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah,
but I remember thinking it was badass when I saw it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing the trailers and not really understanding it.
It sounded like good swashbuckler.
Yeah,
like a good revenge story as well.
Yeah.
But written by Peter Rader and Jeff Twohy got the credits.
Yes, but this is
with a big
very
asterisk.
long list of people who actually worked this movie.
They said there was 36 different drafts of the script.
Yes.
And tons of like writers, ghost writers, including apparently Joss Whedon was on there. But it was Rader's concept. And he stuck around, I think, until Universal took over.
Yeah.
And they said, we got to make this into a more commercial, action-packed thing.
Well, Raiders,
and they brought in that Twohy who had written The Fugitive.
Yeah. I mean, Twohy's prolific.
He still is working.
Yeah, I mean, the shit that he wrote all the Riddick movies, for God's sake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Raiders' original script was a kids movie.
Yeah.
That Roger Corman was going to produce for $5 million, right? So it's so far away from where he started on this journey. But yeah, they brought in Twohy, who is I think the predominant rewriter.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did Critters 2, if you haven't seen that, which is amazing. The Fugitive, as you mentioned. Terminal Velocity with Charlie Sheen, as well as The Arrival with Charlie Sheen.
Well, supposedly, don't ask me why, but I was looking up Vin Diesel because I was trying to figure out, is there like another Fast and the Furious movie that's supposed to be coming?
There is.
That's got theoretically no arrival date, they're not even in production.
No. The last movie ended with a cliffhanger.
Did it? I never saw the last one.
Yeah, it ended with a cliffhanger.
But I saw when I looked up Vin Diesel that there's another Riddick movie
in production.
And I was like, oh, I bet Twohy got a writing credit on that. And I looked it up. He's directing that motherfucker.
I know. I know. That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
He's still working. Like, he's really working.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's cool, I guess.
So, yeah, he's quite prolific.
So it was produced by a cavalcade of producers. But the primary ones, a lot of them were producers who worked with it on earlier stages of its evolution and then weren't around to see it across the finish line. But the primary producers are Costner himself, John Davis, who was the producer of Predator, and Charles Gordon, who did like Die Hard and Field of Dreams with Costner. So, I mean, it had guys who knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, Davis is still making Predator movies, for God's sake.
Somehow this one spiraled out of control.
Yeah, I know.
Music by James Newton Howard, who was like a super prolific movie composer.
123 entries on IMDb.
9 Oscar nominations.
Worked with Costner multiple times.
Yeah, he's good. He had replaced, apparently, another composer who was fired because Costner didn't like the demos.
Yeah.
Referring to them as being too ethnic.
I don't want to dive into whatever the hell that was.
Means, but it doesn't sound good for Costner.
No.
But yeah, I mean, and I was like, okay, part of a troubled production, you expect shit like that. But then I watched a trailer for the movie, and the credits, they'll flash the credits at the end of the trailer, and the other composer his name was on the credits.
Oh wow!
So it was like we were months out from the movie being in theaters, and they still thought this guy was going to be writing the score. So this James Newton Howard got brought in late in the game, and apparently he borrowed some stuff from Hans Zimmer, who said, "Here, come look through my samples of a bunch of themes I've written, but not really built out yet. See if you like any of them."
He took a couple,
and so he took some music from Hans Zimmer, who was uncredited.
I mean, a lot of the reviews of the movie complained about how disjointed the score was, and you can kind of see why.
there's definitely a scene or two where I'm like, well, now this sounds like Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
It was edited by Peter Boyle, but not that Peter Boyle.
Yeah, different Peter
Not that
Boyle.
guy.
Not young Frankenstein Peter Boyle.
But he was a Costner collaborator. He was the editor on Robin Hood and on The Postman. And then I had to write down cinematography by Dean Semler, who was the cinematographer on The Road Warrior.
Of course, which makes sense.
He won an Oscar for being cinematographer on Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, very, very similar vibe to The Road Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
He was also the cinematographer on the Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is relevant for us.
He did Apocalypto.
Yeah.
Which
that I didn't
looked
see.
Incredible.
Wow.
Oh, you never saw Apocalypto?
No, I've seen Apocalypto. I missed that when I was doing the research.
That's a movie that was, I think, all on HD, but like it looked incredible. He did Last Action Hero.
Yeah,
was another one of his.
Yeah, like all cinematographers though, you can't pin this guy down. He shot Cocktail and Bruce Almighty and several Adam Sandler movies.
He did Paul Blart Mall Cop Part 2.
Yes, Part 2.
Not the original.
Not the original.
I'm like, how are you an Oscar winner and you're doing Paul Blart Mall Cop 2?
He didn't have anything in the pipe.
I guess he didn't save any money either.
I mean,
I'd rather be on a beach somewhere
100%.
than doing a Paul Blart movie. I didn't
Yeah.
know they even made a sequel to that shit.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us about the cast?
Yeah, well, obviously we open with Kevin Costner.
Yeah. As the Mariner.
The Mariner.
But I think are you down to just call him Costner?
I'm not to call him Costner. I think that this movie doesn't. It's a 3 out of 5. It doesn't deserve for us to refer to this character.
They never
as the Mariner.
never established that his name is the Mariner either.
No, but they do.
They
in the
call him
very
that.
very last scene.
Yeah, that's not. You got to say it up front.
Yeah, I know.
You can't be nameless. That's like, but it's like any number of good movies where like Drive, where he's just credited as driver.
Right.
Like his character doesn't have a name.
Yeah.
It's a self-indulgent writer's thing to do.
This whole movie drips with self-indulgence.
Yeah,
so
from all involved.
But obviously Costner, Prince of Thieves, Dances with Wolves,
huge movie star. Not like necessarily a big action guy.
No. He was coming off of a bunch of failed movies, Wyatt Earp being one of them.
Yeah.
And was really looking to blow it out of the water with this one, and so to speak. And
Nice.
I think that's why he got so in his sort of up his own ass about this, because
I think he was on a midlife crisis shit as well, because he had a marriage that was falling apart.
Yeah, he got his papers served to him 3 days into the shoot.
That explains why his character's in such a bad fucking mood
my God,
the whole time. But yeah, I feel like he got himself in his body was getting sort of let me get in shape.
Yeah.
Let me try to be looking my best, my sexiest.
He apparently had an entire team of costume people just to try to cover up his receding hairline.
Man, I believe that. And I saw reports also that he had the special effects team digitally try to fix it to it, and he disputes that. I don't know if it's true or not.
I 100% believe the makeup department working on this.
Oh yeah. Well, that's every actor though wants to look their best.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get that hair wet and it's hard to it's hard to hide.
If they paid digital effects to do it, they failed.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job. This was the early days of CGI though.
But co-star Gene Triplehorn, who people have probably seen. The first time I ever saw her was in Basic Instinct, playing Michael Douglas's actual girlfriend, or I don't remember if he's but they've got a relationship, which is then of course is the whole thing. But anyway,
she was in The Firm also. She was Tom Cruise's wife.
I think the biggest thing that everybody loves her for is Big Love. She was in that for basically the whole thing. So that was Triplehorn. Big Love transition. Her co-star Tina Majorino?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, that's the one and only time we have to try to say it.
Yes, Tina Majorino.
Thanks for taking one for the team there.
She plays Enola, which is alone backwards, by the way, if you didn't pick up on that. She actually had quite a career.
I know she was the female lead in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, she played Deb in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
She was also in Big Love with Gene Triplehorn.
Okay.
Done a ton of melodrama television, Grey's Anatomy, Veronica Mars. So she's found her
one of the
niche.
few child stars who was able to transition into being a working actor in adulthood.
And she's still acting.
Yeah.
When they did the Napoleon Dynamite cartoon, she came back and did the voice of Deb again. Dennis Hopper, the ineffable Dennis Hopper.
Legendary.
Yes, playing the Deacon.
Yeah.
He, of course, Easy Riders, maybe like one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
And he directed it,
Yeah.
starred in it with Peter Fonda and Jack Nicholson. Blue Velvet, if you're a David Lynch fan, one of the
Apocalypse
greatest,
Now.
scariest villains of all time. Apocalypse
Hoosiers.
Now, Speed.
Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
Most important movie, the Super Mario Brothers
Super
movie.
Mario Brothers. He was King Koopa. Speed was like his other big action movie. I feel like that he did.
Yeah.
And he brings the goods, man.
No, I had nothing. I have no complaints about Hopper in this movie.
Yeah, he dialed it up. He went for it.
Yeah,
that's what you want in a movie like this.
Yep.
In a post-apocalyptic bad guy.
Absolutely.
I felt like what's his name? Dude from Walking Dead. Jeffrey Dean. Whatever.
Oh, Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, what was
Jeffrey
his
Dean
character?
Morgan. What in
The Walking Dead?
In The Walking Dead? Oh, he played Negan.
Negan. I feel like Negan is like owes a lot to the Deacon. Like the way
I can
that
see that. I can see
the way
that.
he played it was like a lot of I was like, oh yeah, Negan's very much like the Deacon, like similar bad guy energy.
Yeah. Although he had a hero turn later on.
I quit the show, man.
Yeah.
I gotta probably finish that, or maybe I don't.
Yeah, that wouldn't waste.
Now
your
he's
time.
got the new show, the new Walking Dead show with what's her name.
That's what I was saying. Like this, that was his.
Okay.
So he had a hero turn. I think right, in the latter half, and then he had like a whole spin-off series. Yeah.
Is she still hot? She was so hot on Walking Dead.
I
was in love with
anymore.
her.
I don't even remember. I saw. I didn't actually watch the spinoff. I did a little research on it for the job that I had before. But anyway, so
enough said.
Yeah. Gerard Murphy as Nord, who is this guy's hair, man, unbelievable.
He was like think about what was our main bad guy on Fury Road?
Morton Joe.
He had a Morton Joe's hair.
Oh yeah, 100%. Just wild and out, bleached blonde. It's just insane.
Pro wrestler look, like 80s pro wrestler.
100%. I didn't recognize him at all. Honestly,
he was the crooked judge
in Batman Begins,
and I'm like, yes, he wasn't he?
Yeah.
I was like, but this was definitely the peak of his career. Was getting like the number 2 bad guy in a huge tentpole movie.
He's basically, and I think he's still working. He's a British TV actor.
Yeah,
he's a British character actor.
A shit ton of BBC and ITV type stuff.
Then we've got Michael Jeter, who I love.
Yeah,
as
good.
Gregor. The first place I ever saw him was Evening Shade, which is a Burt Reynolds sitcom from years and years and years ago.
He's got a great comedy timing going on.
100%. Famously in Tango and Cash.
He was in Tango and Cash.
Drop Zone with Wesley Snipes.
He's in a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah.
He had a really good role in Open Range, another Costner movie.
And in The Green Mile. Phenomenal character.
Yeah, he was
in The Green
Delacroix.
Mile. Yeah, he was Delacroix. Was in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas as well. So, I mean, just a really, really storied character actor. Another one of those guys where you see him and you're like, oh, he's going to be fun. The rest of this movie could be terrible, but he's going to be fun, right?
Should also mention, I want to give a shout out to Laird Hamilton.
I have that note right here as well, yes.
Super, successful professional surfer, but who has done a lot of stunt doubling for Costner in the flick.
Allegedly, and everything is allegedly because I wasn't there to see it myself.
Okay.
He lived a couple of beaches down from where they were shooting.
Okay.
And so every morning he took his personal jet ski to work.
Okay. Okay.
So he would everybody else would be coming from the hotels on the island in their SUVs or whatever the fuck, and he would come up and park on the beach where the atoll was moored, and that's how he would get to work in the morning.
That's amazing. That's the dream, man.
That is the fucking dream, right?
He was married to that volleyball player who was like a MTV celebrity. She hosted some MTV shows.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Whose name has totally escaped me. But yeah, she's 6 inches taller than him. Gorgeous.
There's one more cameo, but we'll save that for when we get to it later because I actually missed it when I watched it the first time. But we'll get there. We'll get there. But anyway,
this is one of those movies, man. It's like a great concept piece.
Oh, 100%.
And you want to talk about the elevator pitch? This one's
easy.
5 words. Mad Max on the water.
On the water. You're done. Yeah,
it's like, oh, I'm in.
Yeah, it's the easiest movie to sell.
Sign me up.
I know. 100%.
I want to watch. Yeah. I want to watch that.
Yeah,
it turned out to not be so simple.
no.
But shooting on the water is a lot harder than shooting on the land, as it turns out.
So we open the movie with the Universal animation.
Yeah.
And Universal wasn't even the first production company to. Universal came in at the end when it turned into this whole thing.
Lucky break, because they got to do this awesome opening.
Yeah, I know.
It wouldn't have worked with any other studio.
Brilliant. So the Universal logo goes away, and the camera starts
But the planet remains.
Yeah, the planet remains, but the Universal logo goes away.
Yeah.
We start zooming in on Earth, and as we zoom in on Earth, the polar ice caps start melting, and the world turns into just a blue orb and nothing else.
Bro. When I saw this, I thought it was the coolest opening I'd ever seen.
Yeah,
in
it was.
movie.
It was still impactful when I watched it. When I was researching for the flick.
Yeah.
And then we get the narration that explains what's happened. Global warming has melted the polar ice caps, and now we've turned it into a water world.
No, you got to read the voiceover.
I don't. Yeah. Okay, fine. The future. The polar ice caps.
Do the voice.
I'm trying. The future. The polar ice caps have melted, covering the Earth with water. Those who survived have adapted to a new world.
Nice. That was Hal Douglas doing the voice of the movie trailer guy.
Yeah.
One of the two movie trailer guys. There was him and this other dude, Don LaFontaine.
Yeah.
And they bicker with each other about who invented the in a world.
In a world. I used to be able to do a really good movie guy voice, but I got old, smoked too much, and drank too much booze. Can't do it anymore.
In a world.
In a world.
Oh, man. It's awesome, though. And I think they use that same opening on trailers for the movie as well.
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, come on.
But I will say, as an adult human, when I was 14, I had no context, but as an adult human, I chuckled because even if all of the polar ice caps melted, sea level would only rise a couple of 100 feet. There'd be plenty of land left on the planet Earth.
This is one of those where the concept is so juicy.
Right.
You just got to, Face Off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You just have to accept
Yep, 100%.
that it's possible that they could swap faces and fool everyone.
Yeah, if you can accept that, then Face Off is 100% internally
it's
logical.
twice as good as if you put your logical hat on.
But the original screenwriter, Radner, is that right? Rader. He apparently in interviews said, yeah, I knew, but it's cool.
I can't. Yeah, if you just have to. Maybe something else happened.
Yeah.
Maybe magma came up and filled in a lot of.
Yeah,
who knows?
we could steel man the hell out of this, right?
Right. We don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened.
They don't have the science to know what happened either.
No. We're way beyond that. Speaking of which, so I don't remember who it was, but someone. Oh, it was Rader actually. Years later, they were like, where do you think in the timeline of human history this movie takes place? And he said around 2500 AD.
Yeah. I read the same thing because there's a lot of stuff that as you're watching, you're like, how far into the future is this supposed to be?
Yeah. Pretty far into the future.
Pretty far into the future, but I still don't think far enough that people are so many generations removed that they think that it's always been
myth, right?
There's always been a water planet,
right?
Or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll discuss more as we go through.
Anyway, so we continue to zoom in on the globe. Now, just a blue sphere, and it turns into clouds. We pierce through the clouds, and it's just this great opening shot of just sea, endless sea everywhere you look.
Awesome,
right? And then you get the Waterworld title card. Again, there's so much to love about this movie, right? What a gripping way to start a movie, right?
You know what? We'll also talk about this more later, but there was really bad word of mouth about the movie from months before it ever was even finished.
We'll get to
the
all
critics
of that,
were already declaring it the worst movie of the year and all this, and it takes a little while for the wheels to start to come off. So far, it's awesome.
It's super strong. And
it is only 30 seconds. But come on, they're sticking it so far. This is great.
The camera continues to come down, and there's a single boat on the water, a trimaran, which is so fucking cool. This is iconic.
The boat's amazing.
With the 3 ribbons before the sails come up, and it's rusted and just gritty and lived on. Just again, we'll talk about this over and over again, but the props, the costuming, the sets, everything in this movie just amazing.
It cost a fortune, but it looks like it cost a fortune.
Yeah, 100%. So we don't see this guy's face at first. We just the camera settles between his legs and a little jug on the ground, and he proceeds to pee into it. And then when that fills up, he takes us to this odd contraption. Again, amazing prop, super fun to look at. Pours the urine into it, and what comes out is like a few sips of drinkable water.
He cranks a little handle or some shit. You get some drinking water.
Yep.
Opening the movie, though, with your hero drinking his own piss
is an interesting choice. Interesting choice.
That is a choice.
Yeah.
You could open with him doing something heroic.
It is so weird because what a vanity project this was.
Yeah.
What a weird way to put your character at the start.
Don't you want to open with something a little bit more, movie starry?
I will be honest, though, like, from a grounded standpoint, it's a really strong opener because it puts your hero in kind of a vulnerable position, right? Yeah. And then when you see that he's drinking your own urine, it also like sets up the dire straits that at the very least he's in.
I feel like we could have gotten to that.
Yeah, well,
that shouldn't have been the open.
Fair. Anyway, so he switches the last of the water in his mouth, and he spits it into this tiny lime tree that he's got growing. Coster is just wild in this. Like, I will never say a bad thing about the costumes in this movie, and his costume is iconic in my opinion.
Yeah, what was it? Was like strips.
It was like strips of fabric, like sewed together.
I always thought maybe it's like shark skin or something like.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was leather
it fit
or
really like almost like a wetsuit.
Yeah, it did almost, and but it's like it is. The way he looks in this movie is as memorable this movie as like the rest of the movie is, right?
Terrible fucking hair.
Oh my god, he's losing his hair.
Little pony nub.
I can't believe.
Sort of the hairline was looking rough.
Really rough.
I mean, yeah, the earrings. He had like a shell hanging from his ear.
He had like a circuit board on a necklace hanging in front of him.
It was wild, man.
It's great. I mean,
I never thought until I was like watching as an adult. I never thought about the lime tree and the connection between when you're at sea for months and months, you're supposed to eat limes.
Oh, that's right.
Not get scurvy. And I'm like,
that's a really good observation.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
One thing this movie has in spades is attention to little tiny details.
Yeah, 100%.
The production design team was like on point.
Oh, I know. Super consistent. In my mind at least, everything that exists that they interact with in this world makes sense to me.
Yeah, it was on the level of like Fury Road or like Mad Max flicks, where you're everything is built out of stuff from like before the collapse of civilization.
Yeah, 100%. So at this point, the boat lurches. He's snagged on something, and there's like a line that he was on the boat starts dragging, right? So he rigs up a little device that's like little pebbles or something that he puts into a device.
It could have been like shotgun pellets.
Yeah, shotgun pellets. Yeah,
it was almost like a little hourglass, like trickling these pellets into a dish.
Yeah, and so then Costner dives into the water. It's like this really pregnant moment, right, where we're on the surface.
Well, we get like a tour of the boat.
Yeah, exactly. It moves around. There's nobody going on. It lasts long enough to start feeling intentionally awkward, right?
Yeah, like he's been under there for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So the timer eventually triggers, and like a line starts reeling back in immediately. But while this is reeling back in, so we know it's really deep, right? Because it's taking a while.
Yes.
We get a close-up on the lime tree, and a hand like steals all the limes off the tree.
There's no world in which this person doesn't just take the tree.
The whole tree. Like, why would you just...
It was small. It was small.
It's like you could hold it in one hand.
It was like a basket. Yeah, It was like you could just pick it up and take the tree.
It was more dramatic to see him picking the individual limes. Like, there was more cinema, right? But yeah. Anyway, so the winch finally breaks the surface, and there's like a bag filled with air, and there's like stuff all up inside of it, and it's like just literally off the side of the boat, right? Costner surfaces. He gets back on the boat. He looks around from the stuff, like he kind of like roots through it to see what he's got.
There's like a pair of ski boots.
Yeah, He grabs
like a lighter that he's like trying to get this lighter to work.
This is like one of the drinking games. He has an oral fixation in this movie. He is always putting shit in his mouth, whether it's this lighter, which makes it through several scenes, or toothpicks, or he has an oral fixation.
Okay.
Anyway, he finally notices that there's another boat there. He runs over to his harpoon gun, which is like mounted on the bow of the ship.
Yep.
And then he starts he hails the other boat.
Speaking like a made-up, well, not a made-up language.
No, it's Hindi. He's speaking Hindi.
In the film, it's supposed to be called Portu-Greek.
Oh, Portu-Greek. That's right.
It was like some sort of weird hybrid of Portuguese and Greek. But it's
but he's just speaking Hindi.
You could just call it Hindi.
Right, yeah. Right.
I don't know why. That was a weird choice.
We're
going to speak Hindi, but we're going to pretend like it's something else. It's like, a huge population speaks that language. There's a huge population that's going to know that's not Portu-Greek.
Anyway, the bandit claims that he, I didn't take anything from your boat. That would be against the code or whatever. And Costner wants to know what he's doing there, and he's like, "Hey, no sudden moves, right?"
The guy seems like eager to get away.
Exactly, and he says, "Like, look, I've seen your boat before, but I haven't seen you," which is
that's a good line.
It's a good line.
That's a good
line.
like Western type of line. I've seen your horse before, but I hadn't seen you.
He said like the previous captain died, and I claimed it. Just rules of the ocean. He said that Costner was underwater so long, he was about to take your boat. I thought you were dead. He said look, by the code, I owe you a gift. And the guy declines, saying that he had just restocked on an atoll 8 days east. Right?
I think he was wearing like a colander, like he was spraying noodles in on his head.
He was wearing a colander. Yeah. But then Costner insists if two drifters meet, something needs to be exchanged. And then the drifter goes, I know the code, but I'll give you this one for free. Nothing's free in Waterworld, Costner says. We're so early into the movie.
That's early in the movie to be saying the title out loud.
5 minutes in.
But by the rules, that's your opportunity to walk out. But so far, the movie seems great, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would
strong opening
walk out yet.
No.
But yeah, another great movie line, great trailer line. Nothing's free in Waterworld.
Yeah. At which point they suddenly notice a pair of jet skis that are sitting on the horizon, and smokers. We establish the villains very quickly. It's pretty clear that these guys are the bad guys because they're grimy and they're dirty and they got guns on their rusted out jet skis.
Big Mad Max vibes.
Oh, straight up, man. Yeah.
They look raggedy as fuck. I started thinking, I'm like, what is the range on a fucking jet ski? These guys are out in the middle of nowhere, and it was more than I would have thought. Like 150 miles.
Really?
You could do on a jet ski on one tank of gas.
Okay.
So I guess they could be 50 or 75 miles from the mothership.
Yeah, or maybe they have scouting ships that they take out.
They could also have gas cans.
They could have gas cans. Yeah. I mean, it's not unreasonable.
It's kind of like some Star Wars shows. Like what are these TIE fighters doing out here? So far,
these are short range fighters. They don't have a hyperdrive. Speaking of which, you have to cut this. I'm almost done with Andor season 2.
Bruh,
unbelievable, unbelievable.
No, we might have to leave it in. Everybody, watch Andor.
I
think it's a top 5 show that's ever been made.
Just stellar.
It's at a little bit of a slow start for me, season 2.
Yeah.
When Andor was on that planet with the
rebels.
Rebels that were fighting with each other. And everything like that.
I really dug that. That's a whole other podcast.
But dude,
I just got past the Gorman Rebellion.
Oh
my god, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Andor, watch it.
Anyway, yeah, 100%. The bandit sees the jet skis. He begins pulling up his sails, getting ready to go. Costner goes I want to get, he's looking at his loot. He wants to retrieve
his shit. It's sort of maybe not even halfway, but it's in between him and the smokers. And it's a risky proposition.
The bandit clearly sees what he's thinking about doing. He's it's a suicide mission, man. Don't do that.
Yeah.
At which point he, for no reason, he doesn't need to do this. He taunts Costner. He's like, "Ha ha! I got your lines, loser."
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why? Big mistake. Hubris is going to be the.
Oh my god! Bad idea on his part. He yells "What can I say?" And he starts drifting away. Costner looks over at his sad little limeless tree, and he is all of a sudden got 3 objectives: escape the smokers, get his loot, kill the drifter. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So he throws this lever on his ship, and the mast just whoof, like raises instantly. It's so cool. What a great moment.
The ship is weird. We should describe is a trimaran.
Yeah.
It's got one center mast, but with these curved things that are spinning like a windmill. But I don't know that it could actually be catching any wind.
No,
it made me also think maybe there's a windmill under the boat that as he's going forward, it's making the whole thing spin. I feel like it's generating electricity on the boat. Later on, he's got power.
You know what? It could be that. It
could be a generator.
It could be a generator. The other thing I thought was it's some sort of a weather tracker. I mean, if you've ever seen...
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the little cups or the spoons that spin around. It reminded me of, maybe he uses it to track weather or things like that. I don't know. Either way, it looked fucking cool.
I feel like it's powering a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of, rad gadgets on the boat. I thought the boat was one of the coolest movie
centerpiece
props ever. It's up there with the DeLorean or whatever. It's a cool movie vehicle.
They sold, or rather, a Saudi Arabian prince bought that boat, or
the one that could actually sail.
The one that could actually sail.
There was two of them.
Okay, yeah.
Say, there's two. There's one that was for sailing, and then there's one that was for sitting in the harbor
cool
and
shit.
shooting this dialogue scenes.
Yeah. I think it was the one for sailing, but this guy, I think he was Saudi Arabian. Went bankrupt and they confiscated the boat. And I don't know what happened to it after that, though.
But yeah, the boat's fucking rad. He throws that lever and those bendy things, it seemed like they straighten up and it raises the mast higher, and
so cool.
The sails come rolling out and everything.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The bandit is as mesmerized by these sails going on as we are, frankly. And then all of a sudden, with the wind, in the sails, he races to the bag of loot, times it perfectly.
The U-turn is sweet.
Just the U-turn. He glides right over it, grabs the bag of loot like it's nothing, right? And then turns again and starts pulling away from the jet skis. Then he sees that the bandit is within his range. So he
two birds with one stone.
Yeah, hey, why not, man? And so if you've even seen the movie, and you should definitely watch it.
It's on Netflix.
It is.
Go watch it now.
Yeah. The trimaran is the actual boat is 60 feet long and 50 feet wide.
Epic.
It is huge.
That thing can
understand
move.
how big it is.
I did some searching, and a boat like that can do 40, 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, and this drifter's boat is basically a canoe with a room built on it. It's very small.
It's got one little sail.
Yeah, one tiny little sail. And so this trimaran comes barreling at the drifter at full speed, crashes.
He's
munching on the lime,
but he's just biting the rind. He's
I guess that's what they do.
Maybe he's never seen a lime before. It's also possible, but
yeah. So he positions his boat perfectly, drives over the drifter's boat, and just completely decapitates his sail.
Oh yeah, he snaps his mast.
Just snaps his mast completely.
He would, of course, in real life, his ropes would be all tangled up in the boat.
Completely ruined, right? But
I think he'd be dragging it along, or have crippled his boat. But in
honestly,
movie world,
I wasn't even thinking about it.
In movie world,
it's great.
He just
revenge.
left him there in his wake.
He looks back at the drifter and does the throat cutting gesture, and then points at the smokers, and then he's off. And we can hear the scream of the drifter as the smokers catch up to him.
It was the classic, I don't have to be faster than the bear. I just have to be faster than you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thing is, if I can just take you out, they'll be happy just to have your boat.
Yeah. So, frankly, amazing 10 minutes. Super strong opening. I am.
Oh yeah.
Hooked at this point. I'm thinking at the 10 minutes in, I'm why, and this is, I'm literally thinking this as I'm watching. This is great. Why did I dislike this movie? We'll get there. But right now, 10 minutes in, amazing.
That's why you have to be all the critics were wrong.
Yeah, they were wrong. Right. Where was Rotten Tomatoes when you needed them? To get the fan reviews. But no. We'll get to it. So we have no idea how long it's been, but
it seems like days are passing. Well,
yeah.
I do you think he was going to the atoll that the guy referenced?
I think so.
Not that there's any reason to think he was telling the truth.
Right. But I mean, look, if I'm out on the open sea, just kind of drifting, and I hear a guy, he's probably lying, 8 days in this direction. Well, I'm going to go 8 days
What do I
in
got
one
to lose,
direction
I guess?
anyway.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way I thought about it.
Maybe like every lie, is like whatever 80% truth.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
let
you're
me
right,
sprinkle a lot of truth in there.
Right. Or as Deep Throat says in the X-Files, the best way to hide a lie is between two truths.
The cinematography on this stuff is beautiful.
Oh, no, it's great.
As the boat's like cruising on the ocean and everything.
Mm-hmm. So eventually, though, he does reach this atoll. And it
could have been 8 days.
It could have been 8 days. We don't know. Yeah, I'm going to assume that it is. This thing, man, one of my favorite sets I've ever seen in my life.
Bro.
Just unbelievably cool.
It's like the Road Warrior, right?
Yep.
It's like this the encampment that the people had where they're pumping their oil.
Instead of like
steroids.
flamethrowers, they have like fire hoses.
Probably twice as big.
Yeah.
On water.
And on water. And like to give you a
How
sense,
big did you say it was across?
It is over 60 feet in diameter.
No,
it is a quarter mile in circumference.
Okay.
It weighed over 2 million pounds.
They said it was like the size of like a football stadium.
Yes, the circumference was longer than a football stadium is.
Yeah, it's like
field is
you think of like the track is like a quarter-mile track.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's literally
that size.
Yeah. It was so big that when they decided to film in Kona, the local airport, they had to extend the runway because the planes that brought in the materials to build this thing were too big to land on the runway as it stood.
So I saw that, they used every bit of steel
on the island
in Hawaii.
Yes.
And they had to start flying in extra scrap and stuff from like the mainland.
Yep.
And I also saw that they had crews working in shifts 24/7 for 3 months to build this thing.
I also read that the price gouging was insane.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can see how once you got to start extending runways, the budget can go out of control quick.
But I also read that Hawaii never wanted this movie to end because they were making so much money on this film production. It was just an absolute windfall for the state of Hawaii to have this movie shot there. But yeah, no, just incredible. I mean, it's rusted, steel plates everywhere.
It was like in sections so they could take it apart, tow it all out to the middle of the ocean,
rebuild
put it all back together again. Because I think they filmed a fair bit like in the harbor, and then they filmed the big action stuff out.
Anything that had a wide shot
far enough away from land that they could get like huge vistas with no land in the background.
They would tow it out far enough that they could get a full 270-degree landless sightline to shoot this thing in.
It's nuts.
It's
crazy. I don't know if maybe we talk about it later, but it's also I was reading. Oh yeah, they'd put the crew on boats in the morning.
Yep.
By the time they got all the crew out to the atoll, it's lunchtime, and they would break for lunch. Then they'd film in the afternoon as long as it didn't get cloudy or rainy.
3 hurricane warnings over the course of shooting of this thing.
So they would get like 2 or 3 shots, and they'd call it a day.
Yep.
And then they'd all go back to the island and do it all again the next day.
Oh my God.
That's fucking just disastrous planning.
I guess when they. Another thing that I read, and we're stuck on this atoll because the atoll is the set piece of this movie.
And considering it's got like 10 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
It's wild to me.
Who planned this?
Anyway, we'll move on. This thing, it's just, I cannot stress how cool it is.
You look at it and you're like, wow, well.
Yeah, I mean.
Here's $30 million right here.
Oh, easily. Easily. Yeah. So he starts approaching the atoll, and there's a dude at the gate, and he like holds up a bunch of like random shit, right?
Yeah, there was a fucking Thigh Master.
Yeah. There's so many like era appropriate props that I know in the 90s the prop master is like, oh yeah,
this is gonna be awesome.
This is gonna be awesome. Yeah. There's a dude like he's a sheriff, I guess. Who's a character actor. I've seen in a few things.
Yeah, he's like the peacekeeper type.
Yeah, he's a working actor. I don't remember his name. I forgot to look him up actually. But anyway,
he's only in the movie for a few minutes here.
Yeah, and he's like, dude, we got plenty of this shit. We don't want any of it. You can move along. At which point Costner then like holds up a jar of dirt right? And this, everybody's eyes go wide as dinner plates at this point, right? Like this is clearly a hot commodity. It's dirt. It's dirt. It like rolls through the whole atoll that this guy's got dirt.
Like in Mad Max, it's gas, and in Waterworld, it's dirt.
Dirt, right? Yeah. It's just.
It's great. Like it's part of the premise.
It's great.
It's great.
100% on board.
We got to try to grow plants and stuff.
Yeah.
Dirt is more valuable than gold.
Yep, 100%. So they open the gates to let him in, and he like sails inside, and it's just the shots here are awesome. Like
there's a giant tree.
Yeah.
And there's like the windmill.
Yeah, the windmill, and the tree is like sitting above like this section of like sludge and human waste that's fertilizing the tree. It's so gross.
That is some nasty shit.
We're
going to talk about that.
We will get to it. But just like every shot here is cooler than the last one.
Yeah.
Right? Like, in my opinion, call me a heretic if you want, easily as cool as anything Mad Max has done.
It was
easily as cool.
It's very impressive.
And I love Mad Max.
I like the armada of vehicles in Fury Road, but this is unreal.
There's
like dudes butchering a shark.
And it's like an oversized hammerhead shark.
Yeah.
Like it's so hilarious. Yeah. We see, like tons of slice of life moments from this thing. There's an old woman who's clearly died, and they're putting her in the sludge of like waste and fertilizer. But it's like it's ritualistic.
Goo.
Yeah, but it's like they're fertilizing this like one piece of plant.
Well, they're making more dirt. I guess, right? Like you make this and then you dry it out, and you get dirt. I guess.
But it's cool. It's
there was like a priest type character, like doing a prayer.
I mean, it's just like great post-apocalyptic. Like it just feels real. It feels lived in. I have nothing bad to say about huge swaths of this movie.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's so many good things going on here. The stuff that it struggles in, we'll get to. So anyway, Costner moors his ship. And he has this like rear view mirror, and he starts reflecting light into these like group of kids who find it infinitely entertaining.
I mean, do you think they've ever seen a mirror before?
No, never.
They probably don't even know what they look like.
Yeah.
Right? Like in this world, you've never seen yourself before.
They double down on this later. This will come back later on after the atoll because Helen references
the reflecting glass.
The reflecting glass, yeah.
Well, it is like one of the great things about this premise is these people in Waterworld can't even start rebuilding civilization because there's no resources.
There's no resources.
There's not like land to start mining more or making more glass or anything like that.
This is literally a world that's dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no, it's just humanity is dwindling and dwindling, and it feels like they must be on their last legs here.
100%. It's more bleak than Mad Max is, actually. Yeah. The sheriff guy shows up, and he says, look, if you're here for trouble, you're going to find more than you can handle. I like this guy, actually. He's a good character. I kind of wish he had more screen time.
He played that part well.
He played it really well. He will show up later, but then he's not really used anything later. But anyway, he tells Costner, you got 2 hours, and then you got to get out of here. And he's like, I only need 1.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have any interest in being here any longer than he has to be.
He clearly doesn't want that. He tells the boys, hey, if you watch my boat, make sure nobody takes anything. I got one of these things, the mirror. I got one of them for each of you, right? And the kids are like, oh, fuck, okay, 100% on board with this. So we cut to a couple minutes later, and he's bartering. He's in like an old prospector's.
Yeah. They're testing to make sure
the dirt.
It's real dirt.
Yeah. And a guy actually takes it with his pinky tastes it. Like, this is the real stuff.
Yeah.
And the Dirt Master's like, where did you get so much of this, right? And Costner says, I got it from an atoll 30 horizons west from here.
I like that as a unit of measurement.
100%. And a bystander clearly has heard of it and goes I heard that atoll was massacred. And Costner's like, yeah, it was. The Dirt Master says that they'll tally his dirt like pure hydro.
Whatever the fuck that means.
Apparently, it is. This is one of the 1 or 2 elements of the original script that persisted.
Okay.
It is pure water, not reclamated water.
Okay.
Not from a desalinization plant or anything like that. It is
like rainwater.
Like rainwater or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be something that was like a boozy drink that they had.
No, it's
just water.
It's just as pure.
We see the guy later who's seems like he's like a a hydroholic.
Exactly. It's unclear, and I feel like in the original draft, Raider said that it was just like the purest water you could get.
Okay.
Right? So it was a rare commodity. But yeah, I think it became...
So it's like it's worth the weight in hydro?
Yeah, it's worth its weight in hydro, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So they offer him chits, which is only ever referenced in the next 5 minutes, and we never hear about it again.
Yeah, it's little wooden tokens.
Yeah, they're like
that's currency.
Bottle caps from Fallout. They offer him like a pittance, and he goes, "I'll take double that amount," which they immediately agree to.
They don't drive too hard of a bargain.
No, it's just like okay. So we cut to somewhere else on the atoll, and it's Nord with his amazing hair.
A shady-looking fucker.
He is drinking this hydro, and he is got this strung-out dude just asking him for one more sip. And it's like, I've never had water that good, but...
Yeah. This is definitely a guy, though, who's never seen a mirror.
No.
Because he's got, like, these crazy eyebrows and this wild comb-over.
It's great.
He's wearing a hairnet for some reason.
Again, costuming department on point, 100%.
It's like some Mad Max shit. Do not become addicted to water.
To water! But, like, anyway, Nord is, like, taunting the guy, and he's keeping the hydro from him. And he's like, nah, you got to give me the information you promised me first. So comb-over guy goes, like, there's a goal of the atoll with a tattoo on her back that is apparently a map to dryland. Like, with a capital D, right? Like, this is what the myth has become. Dryland is a place. Right? Yeah. Nord is skeptical, but he is intrigued. And fine. So he gives him the rest of the hydro.
I like they were drinking, like, their vessels were, like, just the bottom half of water bottles.
Yeah.
And, like, another thing that's, like, that's... someone put thought into this.
Yeah.
Like it would survive. It would float.
Just amazing.
So it'd be like probably what they were finding floating on the water.
So at this point, though, Nord spots Costner and he like approaches the bar. Right, like it's a store, it's a bar, it's kind of like
it's everything.
It's in all things. Right, it's a haberdashery in the true sense of the word. But the store shelves at this place are almost empty.
Yeah.
The woman running the place, Helen, Jean Triplehorn, she pours him a cup of hydro, and Costner,
I like the dude who is like standing there just too close for comfort, staring at him.
Yeah, and then he eventually like pushes him away. That's right.
It's like just humor, good
humor.
Yeah.
It was a good moment. So Costner asks for another one, at which point Nord like just like kind of like evilly, he's clearly a bad guy.
Yeah, he slides
just slides right up and says, "Make it two." And Costner goes like, "Just one."
He is being pretty standoffish.
Yeah, he really is.
I liked when Nord rolled up, or when he was drinking the first cup, he said "Skull," which is like the Scandinavian like cheers.
Oh.
And like, his name's Nord. He's like a Nordic guy. That's where he came from. His people are from Scandinavia or some shit.
Very cool. So the ski boots from earlier in the flick, Costner is now wearing them.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't mention this before, but like when he gets off of his boat onto the atoll, and this is really the first time he's worn them on a stable surface, he's sort of like, ugh, I'm not so sure about these.
Ski boots, notoriously very comfortable.
Oh, yeah, amazingly comfortable outerwear. But Nord is like admiring them, and he wants to know if he'd be willing to trade, and Costner's like, no. At this point,
we don't know this yet, but there's a reason he needs to keep his shoes on.
Yes, we will figure this out. It's at this point the little girl Enola pops out from the back of the store, and here was my first moment of like, what? Like, Enola's clearly been here for a while. She's clearly not hidden. So where's the secret here? Because she turns around and her shirt immediately drapes low enough to see the tattoo on her back.
Helen seems to be trying to hide it, but
it's not doing a good job.
Not that
of it.
good of a job, yeah.
Anyway, the strung out guy, like he sees Enola, gets Nord's attention and like indicates like that's the girl that I'm telling you about. And like Nord looks over just in time to see the tattoo before Helen like covers it up. He continues to try to chat up Costner.
There's that weird thing where he's like, "Have you ever had a bath before?"
Oh my god, it's like so creepy.
I don't want any grown man asking me if I've had a bath before.
Anyway, it's just super weird, and Costner is equally as put off by this guy, and is like, "Just get the fuck out of here, dude." Costner sees a tomato plant, and he like recognizes that it's a tomato plant, and Helen is like, "Oh wow, you actually know that that's
what
a
he
tomato
said.
plant?"
He said, "I saw a picture of one once," or something like that.
But they don't really dive in any more detail in that moment, or like how Helen came to own a tomato plant,
which seems like it would be worth more than his jar of dirt.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, and he says like, how much? And she's like, it's not.
Well, she tried to like grab his jar and see how much money he had.
Oh, that's right.
He yanked it away, and she's like, "Well, give me half."
Oh, that's right.
And he's like, "Okay,
yeah, sure,
fair,
he's like, fine, whatever." Because he doesn't give a shit about any of these chits.
He could go get some more dirt.
Right.
I feel like he knows where to find it.
He knows where to get the dirt. We'll figure out why soon enough. And this is okay. Again, the world building is another thing that is unassailable in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, they are layering in so many interesting things that you want to know more about.
Yeah.
Right? Like, where did he get this dirt?
And they do a good job of paying off almost all of it.
Yeah, there's so much of it that they pay off. Anyway, we cut to him carrying all of the shit, the tomato plant, a jug of, I guess, the hydro.
I don't know if it was hydro, because
gas.
I feel like that hydro would have been more than he had, more than the dirt that he
given
showed up
that
with.
the exchange rate, so to speak,
Yeah.
was pure hydro. Yeah, it's not
could
clear
have
to
been
me.
gas. I also thought it looked a little yellow. It could have been piss.
It could have been piss.
Sell me that piss. I'm going to refine it on my boat.
Well, you know what? That's not a bad point.
I can make my own drinkable water.
Yeah,
it's not hydro. It did look yellow. I really think it might have been piss.
I'm on board for that. I think that is reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so Helen, who clearly doesn't even have a store anymore because he bought all of it, she's following after him, and she's like wants to know everything that he's seen out there on his travels, and she wants to know like if there's an end to the water, if anybody has seen it, it's got to be you, right? And Costner has a great line: "Death is the only end there is."
That's some
great line.
That's some nihilistic shit.
Great line, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's the movie. It can't decide if it wants to be this very grim, bleak story or a cartoon.
Yes, exactly. And it's just the farther we get into it, the more it waffles back and forth between the two of them. Anyway, so he reaches his ship, and there like a delegation of elders show up to him with a young girl, and they ask
a woman. I think we should say woman. I think she didn't seem like a child.
Well, okay, yeah. Yes. She seemed over 16.
Okay.
At the very least.
I'll say at a minimum 16.
Minimum, yes. And they want him to fuck her and get her pregnant. And they go, we could do it ourselves, but they imply incest and all that, the deformities and
that's fair.
He said, look, you stay here, fuck her as long as you need to get her pregnant.
Yep.
And then once you're done, you can leave and take everything that we have, as much as you can carry.
That's a pretty good deal.
It's a pretty good fucking deal. And Costner says, I'll pass. You don't have anything. You're dying, which is true, right?
True, but still suspicious.
Still, I mean, right.
Still and a strange response.
Right. They are like, they're like, they realize something is wrong because this guy who's clearly been out to sea for a while is being offered a nubile young thing who he can raw dog until he is done with her.
I know. I mean,
and then take as much as he wants.
Then to be paid a handsome fee and just leave.
Right. And
consequence free.
Turns them down?
Damn right they're suspicious.
Yeah.
That's the dream. Was there something in the offer that I was missing?
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry. Like, what is going on here?
I'm like, was she supposed to already have been like inbred something off about her? I don't really think so.
I don't think
she
so.
She wasn't bad looking.
No, she's a cute little young woman. I mean,
it was crazy. We're gonna find out there is a reason why.
There is a reason,
but yeah, that's anyone would.
100%.
Any man would jump at that opportunity. I just get to raw dog this young woman as much as I possibly can until she's pregnant, then I can leave.
And also, too, like, to double down on this, I feel like in the year 2500, with the human species as a dying, everybody's fucking everybody. Like, there's no discretion in the year 2500. You take what you can get.
Yeah, you get in where you can fit in.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so before Costner can leave, the elders call Atoll security to stop him. He tries to get by, but then the elder sees something behind his ears, and he's got gills behind his ears.
Gills.
And he screams, "Mutation!"
And man, the gills looked erotic.
Yes.
It was like some X-rated shit.
Apparently, underwater, they looked exactly like a vulva. And they had to, change them.
Go in and redo them in CGI.
Yeah, because to make them look less like a fucking vagina.
Yeah. I mean, holy shit.
Also,
there's many positions you could fuck this girl in where she could not see your gills.
Yeah, exactly. And
bro, you got to just do it, man.
I mean, I will say though, like my first thought, and again, we're starting to get to the point where I'm starting to things are clicking in my brain. But why behind the ears? I didn't understand that.
Oh, where should they be?
Well, you would think that, if they're a mutation...
On your neck or something?
No, where they put them, with the
near
deep
the lungs?
in the boys, where your lungs would have been originally,
okay.
Right? Or maybe on your neck, or anywhere where air would be evolutionarily, traditionally traveling.
Yeah, behind the ear. I guess they wanted them to be somewhere where you couldn't see them in every scene.
Right, exactly.
That would be too hard.
Because it would be really expensive. But anyway, Costner tries to fight his way free, but everybody on the atoll swarms him. He and one dude fall into the water. I guess Costner kills him. He stabs him in the throat, right?
I feel like he stabbed
grabs
him.
Nice.
You don't really see blood, but
no.
They do say moments from now, he killed one of ours.
Yeah, okay.
He killed one of ours.
All right. But at this point, they use the net, right? And so they throw the net out and they grab him.
What if Costner's got a weird fish dick? And that's why you can't fuck the girl.
I mean,
I don't know. I'm still trying to think. What if the gills are on his penis?
We know that his dick is perfectly functional.
Oh, yeah, that's true. He uses it later.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
So with the net, they haul him out of the water. A lynch mob is just about to kill him. At which point the sheriff steps in and he says stop. I'm here. You hire me. You pay me to keep the peace. And that's what I'm going to do. It's but he's a mutation. It's yes, and you get justice, but this ain't it. This is not how we do it, right?
There was an extra in the background that was doing way too much. She was somehow covered in the goo, I feel like.
Oh.
And she was just saying, kill him! She was eating back there. She was doing a lot. But this is very much like a Western scene.
Yeah.
The sheriff's no, we don't take the law in our own hands.
They argue that because he's a mutant, the law doesn't count. We should just kill him right now.
And he's maybe, but this isn't the process.
Right.
It's not a lynch mob.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Which I respect. There's a one honest man left on this atoll, and he is going to defend it, with due process, such that it is in the year 2500.
Absolutely.
But I think we're going to call it there. I think that's a really good start.
That's a lot. A strong open.
Yeah. I mean, aside from a couple of minor nitpicks, I am in it to win it on this motherfucker.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, so I'm looking forward to it gets weird, and we're gonna start getting there, I think, in the next episode.
Really fast, yeah.
When the wheels start to come off, they come off pretty quick.
Everything starts to come off after that, yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Check us out on the social media.
6 DOS podcasts.
Yeah, we're Facebook, Instagram.
I'm incredibly irregular about posting to there.
Absolutely, but drop us a line. Tell us, hey, Eric, where the fucking posts?
Yeah, hey, if you taunt me,
nag this man.
You nag me, and I will dig up shit to write.
Okay. But we'll be back next week with a lot more on Waterworld, and until then,
we'll be back.